Got one house right here, 2 houses right here, 3 houses right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here, maybe 2 houses right there. You feel me?
I got him a deal, right? To play video games.
Rumble.
Once a week. For an hour.
Damn.
$2 million up front, and he just doesn't do anything.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's pretty much that simple.
Thank God we have Donald Trump, who's now the president, who's gonna change a lot of tax laws, because what they do is, like I said, I got an open case right now, so I don't want to talk bad about the IRS. Cuba right now, shooting my music video, Legend. I got out the car randomly, asked a random person if I was allowed to stay in their house for 2 days, eat what they eat, live how they live.
It's like every day, 6ix9ine's fall from the top is hitting a new low, and his rivals aren't letting a single moment pass without roasting him. Chief Keef in particular is having a field day, and it's starting to feel like the wild chaos of 2018 all over again. Lately, people have been noticing something off. 6ix9ine's been looking real light in the jewelry department, almost like the shine's been snatched right off his neck. Now we finally know why. The IRS has officially stepped in, putting his pricey possessions on the auction block for the whole world to see, exposing just how empty his pockets really are. And honestly, after years of trolling, fake flexing, and talking down to everyone, the streets aren't shedding a single tear for him. For months, fans were clocking the fact that his music videos were showing less and less ice, and whispers started spreading fast. But the truth hit like a slap when word got out that the IRS was clearing him out. This wasn't some small setback. His stuff has been getting seized since last year, which means the debt is probably way uglier than anyone imagined. The fact that auctions are still going down right now, yeah, that's a bad sign, no matter how you spin it.
I'm never gonna address nothing. Y'all believe what y'all wanna believe. That's a half a ticket right there. I'm really the type that could take 2 years off. This is really my lifestyle.
Through his entire career, 6ix9ine's biggest brag wasn't his bars. It was his bank account. Just like other clout-chasing rappers, he loved flashing cash and clowning anyone who didn't have it like he did. He even admitted that money dictated everything. Where he lived, what car he pulled up in, even how he carried himself.
Cuba right now, shooting my music video, Legend. I got out the car randomly, asked a random person if I was allowed to stay in their house for 2 days, eat what they eat, live how they live.
But after all the drama, the snitch rumors, and the bridges he burned, that money was never gonna last forever. Sure, he scored a fat multi-million-dollar record deal fresh out of jail, but once the hype faded, the fans weren't exactly lining up for another 6ix9ine project. When 6ix9ine first touched down after jail, the hype was crazy. Tracks like Gooba and Trolls shot up the charts just off the buzz of his release. But the hype don't last forever, and little by little, people stopped caring about his wild antics. His Tattletales album barely scraped 53,000 units in its first week, and the one after that, LA Da Viva, didn't even have first week numbers reported, like the industry didn't even bother to check. And let's be real, who even knew he dropped that album blackballed? Most folks didn't even know it existed. And the ones who did, well, they weren't exactly running to press play. Even 6ix9ine himself started claiming he'd been blackballed. So he went all in on social media drama just to keep his name out there. But the problem was, it wasn't bringing in the bag. And when you're already neck deep in debt, that's a big problem. By 2022, whispers were turning into headlines. 6ix9ine was broke. His own manager, Wack 100, came out and flat out said it, claiming the rapper was struggling to survive. Wack even said he had to send him cash just to fill up his gas tank. That's embarrassing for someone who used to brag about millions.
Yeah, he broke as a mother. 6ix9ine ain't got nothing. Man, that over there doing bad, bro. I had to send him $20 for some gas, man. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why we was telling the people ain't nothing we can really do for you right now, because niggas is broke, bro.
And it wasn't just rumors. 6ix9ine told the court himself he was barely making ends meet. People thought he was faking for sympathy, but clearly he wasn't lying. He got sued for skipping out on $75,000 in security fees, and even his lawyer said he owed them bread. Then came the Steve Will Do It drama. Steve, the YouTuber and streamer, was actually spotting 6ix9ine financially. He said the rapper told him straight up he was broke, so Steve hooked him up with a $2 million Rumble deal. All 6ix9ine had to do was play video games once a week for an hour. And guess what? He took the cash and didn't even show up. Steve even spilled that 6ix9ine came to him begging for cash to buy luxury bags, not for himself, but to spoil women and make his ex jealous. And since he never held up his end of that Rumble deal, he ended up owing the platform a fat $2 million, just adding another giant debt to his already long list of money problems. One person online summed it up perfectly, saying, he got $2 million to play games once a week for an hour and couldn't even commit to that. Why can't I get even a quarter of that?
I got him a deal, right? To play video games
Rumble.
once a week, for an hour.
Damn.
$2 million up front, and just doesn't do anything.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's pretty much that simple.
That's how badly he fumbled what could have been the easiest payday of his life. And it didn't stop there. Remember that publicist his crew accidentally robbed? Yeah, they hit him with a $1 million restitution lawsuit, digging the financial hole even deeper.
Had no money at the time, and he needed money to he breaks up with his girlfriend, and he needs money to buy Birkin bags for all these black chicks and give away money to make his girl. That's literally like the factual story.
Things got so bad that 6ix9ine even admitted he might have to file for bankruptcy just to crawl out.
Another TMZ staff member kidnapped you. Is that loyal to you? You're working right now. Probably stealing all of the money that you're making right now and gives you crumbs of it.
But the real knockout punch came with a $10 million lawsuit from a stripper named Alexis. Back in 2021, he was in the club when someone called him a rat. Instead of letting it slide, he launched a champagne bottle across the room. He missed the heckler and ended up smashing Alexis in the head instead. She had to hit the ER and get staples to close the wound. And when she sued for serious bodily injury, 6ix9ine didn't even show up to court. So of course the judge ruled against him. Add in the fact that the IRS says he owes around $10 million in unpaid taxes, and the man's looking at more than $20 million in total debt. No wonder in 2024 the feds rolled up on his Florida home. Witnesses saw agents swarming the place and towing away multiple cars. The 6ix9ine era of wild flexing? Yeah, that's done for good. You already know the internet wasn't about to let this one slide. Not after 6ix9ine spent years clowning other rappers for being broke. Now the tables have turned and people are dragging him every chance they get. The memes, the comments, the jokes. He's getting roasted nonstop. One person joked, 6ix9ine joining the Squid Games to pay his debt. And another said, if Trippie Redd buys some of his stuff, I'ma fall out my chair laughing. That would be straight up poetic justice, considering 6ix9ine once threw Trippie under the bus when they were beefing. And of course, Chief Keef had to jump in with some disrespect. You already knew that was coming. 6ix9ine spent years taking shots at Keef and his crew, even allegedly putting hits on them. According to reports, Keef thinks all of this is pure karma for 6ix9ine being a rat. And he's warning that this is only the beginning. This whole beef runs deep and messy, going way back to 2018. It all started when 6ix9ine clashed with Chief Keef's cousin Tado over Cuban Doll. At the time, Cuban Doll was with Tado, but she popped up in a video with 6ix9ine, and that's when things exploded. A FaceTime clip leaked of 6ix9ine and Tado going at it, with Tado threatening him, saying, I unlee people.
Kill nobody.
I'm gonna kill
You know? Yo, blood, listen to me. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? Do not kill nobody, blood.
Instead of cooling off, 6ix9ine cranked it up. He started firing direct threats at Chief Keef and Lil Reese, and in May 2018, he pulled a stunt by showing up at Chicago's O Block at 3 a.m. to prove a point. But later, cameras exposed that he went when the block was completely empty.
Right here, this is what y'all wanted me in Chicago. This O Block right here. No block, it's 10 o'clock. What the f is that? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. What is that, blood?
Meanwhile, Chief Keef and Lil Reese were actually in the city looking for him, but rumors started flying that 6ix9ine had heavy police protection.
Oh, little more. Folk, I was just downtown, all downtown, looking for the man, folk. I ain't see him, folk. I get a picture, they see he with the police. I
that
turned
man with
around.
the cops, man. He on some police shit, man. send somebody to jail.
Then in June 2018, things hit a breaking point. Chief Keef was targeted in New York, and while 6ix9ine denied having anything to do with it, investigators later linked him to the situation. To top it all off, he flew out Keef's baby mama, Slim Danger, took her shopping, filmed the whole thing, and even had her calling Keef a deadbeat on camera. That was pure disrespect.
What's up, this Slim Danger? This Chief Keef baby mama. I'm out here in New York, and guess what? I'm gonna do
You know, Treyway here, man. If you don't know how to take care of your girl, I'm gonna take care of her for you.
And it's exactly why Keef's enjoying watching this downfall unfold. Even after all that chaos, 6ix9ine just couldn't chill. He kept poking the bear, calling Keef a P-word, clowning him when his house got burglarized, and in a wild display of recklessness, he was caught on camera bragging about putting a hit on Tato. That little stunt came back to haunt him big time. The video ended up being a major piece of evidence in the RICO case that sent him to prison.
Watch movies. In real life, these rappers are like, yo, remember, just don't let it distract you. Just remember every time I beat, right?
Fast forward to now, and Keef is the one laughing. After years of trash talk, trolling, and even alleged attempts on his crew, it's 6ix9ine who's getting clowned all over the internet. So how did he react after his rivals got the last laugh? He hopped on IG Live and completely crashed out. Instead of answering real questions, he started dodging, making excuses, and even calling his own fans broke for paying rent. Like, sir, at least they have a place to sleep.
A couple Q&As. Addressing the IRS situation. Listen, a lot of y'all don't understand how the shit work because y'all not on that tax bracket, right? What happened was that I didn't report my taxes for 2020, 21, 22, and 23. Those years, I done paid $6 million, $2 million in 2018, $1.3 million 2019. For the year of 2020, I'm at $1.8 million. Over $6 million went to the IRS.
He tried to front like losing all his cars and jewelry was no big deal, but it's clear the man's feelings are hurt. And this wasn't just about losing a couple chains. The situation runs deep. 6ix9ine admitted himself that he didn't file taxes from 2020 to 2023, even though he bragged about paying over $6 million in previous years.
Said when you make over a certain amount of money, I think they tax you in the state of New York 54%. Biden was trying to raise it to 62%.
Now the IRS is all over him, seizing his assets one by one, and instead of owning up, he blamed New York's high tax rates for his struggles, claiming that's why he moved to Florida, to dodge the financial hit under the Biden administration.
I quote my president, Donald Trump, "These people belong at the border. They just a big gang that comes after your income and everything. So listen, this is not no Airbnb."
He even tried to make it sound cool by name-dropping Donald Trump and calling the IRS a gang that's after your income. But let's keep it real. None of that changes the fact that he's swimming in debt. His case is still open, and despite the feds clearing out his possessions, he swears he's not bankrupt. But if that's true, why is Uncle Sam out here auctioning off his chains? People are tearing him apart in the comments, and instead of staying quiet and letting it blow over, 6ix9ine just keeps making it worse. One person summed it up perfectly. You don't need to be a tax expert or in a specific tax bracket to know he mismanaged his money and is now in a very public and embarrassing situation. And just when you think it can't get more humiliating, it does. Barely a month ago, 6ix9ine decided to file a $1 million lawsuit against LA Fitness. Yeah, from flaunting stacks of cash to suing a gym for money. That's a whole new level of desperation. It's crystal clear the man is scrambling to get some cash in his hands by any means necessary. Let's be real, this lawsuit probably isn't going anywhere.
What's he doing here?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But the fact that he's even trying it says everything about where he's at financially. This is the same guy who used to flex $1 million watches. Now he's out here chasing a gym bag like it's the come up of the century. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. If the LA Fitness stunt wasn't wild enough, 6ix9ine's been making moves that scream panic mode. In the past few weeks, he's been popping up in random social media collabs, doing giveaways, and even selling shoutouts to fans. All stuff you'd never expect from someone who once claimed to be the king of New York. It's like he's throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, hoping something will bring in a quick payday. But here's the problem. The internet sees right through it. People are clowning him, saying it's like watching a garage sale in real time, except instead of old furniture, it's his entire career getting sold off piece by piece. Screenshots have been floating around showing him allegedly DMing smaller influencers, offering to promote their pages for a fee. For someone who used to brag that he wouldn't even talk to people beneath his level, it's a huge fall from grace. On top of that, there's been buzz about him shopping around his life rights for a potential documentary or series. Word is he's been talking to production companies about telling his side of the story, hoping to cash in on all the drama. But insiders are saying the offers are nowhere near what he's expecting, which just adds to the embarrassment. And if that's not bad enough, recent reports claim that some of his old associates are circling back, ready to sue him for unpaid debts and broken contracts. These aren't small-time numbers either. We're talking hundreds of thousands, possibly millions if the cases actually go to court. That means even if he does land some quick deals, the money might not even stay in his pocket for long. The craziest part? Through all this, 6ix9ine's still trying to keep up the image online, posting flashy throwback pics, flexing like nothing's wrong, acting like he's still untouchable, but it's not hitting like it used to. The comments are flooded with clown emojis, and more people are calling out the cap. For someone who built his brand on loud colors, louder trolling, and an even louder bank account, this quiet collapse is turning into the loudest L of his career. So here we are. The IRS has snatched his jewelry, the internet is roasting him daily, and Chief Keef is somewhere grinning ear to ear. So the big question is, where does 6ix9ine even go from here? Can he pull off a comeback, or are we watching the slow, messy ending of a once unstoppable clout machine? With millions in debt, lawsuits piling up like junk mail, and his public meltdowns making more headlines than his music, it's looking like he's starting to realize that trolling only gets you so far before the bill comes due. And right now, that bill is huge. The flashy rainbow hair, the expensive cars, the I'm untouchable energy, all of it is starting to fade. What's left is a man scrambling to stay relevant while the game moves on without him. Some fans think he's plotting one last big stunt to flip the script. Others think it's too late, that no matter what he does, the industry, the streets, and the internet have all moved on. One thing's for sure. The next chapter of this story is going to be just as unpredictable as the wild ride that got him here. But I want to hear from you. Do you think 6ix9ine's got one last move in him, or is this officially the biggest fall off we've seen in rap history? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because you know I'm reading them. And while you're here, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. We're bringing you the rawest celebrity drama straight from the source. Oh, and don't go anywhere. Click the next video you see on your screen for even more wild celebrity stories, scandals, and behind-the-scenes drama. Trust me, you're gonna want to see what's next.